That's fetchy. I don't. Yet I'm printing extra 500 copies of the weekly, and I bet I sell them all too bad. The cashier shot went wild. If he'd managed to kill Clay, or even wing him, why, I bet I could sell 1,000 extra copies. We must be thankful for the blessings we do receive. Mr. Hightower. Oh, I am Marshall, I am. Why, just before it happened yesterday afternoon, I didn't know what I was going to fill my columns with. And then, like manna from heaven, 2 murders in the bank robbery, attempted bank robbery. Mr. Hightower, he turned and ran, for he got his hands on so much as $1. Yes, still, as you say, like, man, Dylan, I'm talking business. What is it, Chester? I don't know. It can wait. I guess Mr. Dillon. Yeah, print Clay's picture on those notices. Mr. Hightower, where were we? Eyes, brown hair, red. Oh, yes. Also known as Red Brick Top and Sorrow. He didn't answer to no other nicknames, did he? No, that's what they call him, all right. Then in big letters, $400 reward, dead or alive. Head at the bottom apply, Matt Dillon, Marshall, Dodge City. And I print 200 copies. How soon can I send Chester over for him this afternoon? Good morning, Mr. Hayton Chester. Think those posters will do any good? Richards is probably over the line into Oklahoma or Colorado by now, and Strawberry Rooney is the fastest in the county. He has no money. He panicked and ran out of the bank before he got a penny. I think he'll try to get help from his wife or brother or a friend. The first chance he has may be tonight. I say he's around here somewhere. I'm sorry I turned on you like that. Just well. That's all right, Mr. Dillon, out all night with a posse. No sweet man's bound to touch it. No, it's not.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company branch office in Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Wrong One matter. Expense account item 1, $87.70 for a cab to Bradley Field, then plane fare to New York to Tampa to Sarasota. Item 2, $3 for a taxi to the office on Main Street that Earl Pullman shares with Don Boomhauer, a prominent realtor in those parts. Earl, the lower part of his right leg in a plaster cast and a crutch under his arm, hobbled around pretty uncomfortably.
Sit down, huh? Are you kidding? That's all I've been doing now for nearly 2 weeks, ever since the doc put this blasted cast on my ankle.
Earl, would you like me to autograph it like the kids do?
No, thanks. Seriously, Johnny, this darn thing has been driving me nearly crazy.
I don't doubt it, Earl. I'm awfully sorry.
Sitting around the house doing nothing day after day, and Mike having to play nursemaid to me all the time. Why, do you know this is the first day I've even been down here at the office?
How is Mike? Be sure to give her my love, huh?
Well, give it to her yourself. You'll be staying with us, you know.
Fine.
Anyhow, I suddenly got the idea that if you'd come down here and run the boat, well, we could go out in the Gulf, tie into some whoppers, and maybe it'd take my mind off this thing for a change.
You know something, Earl? That is the best idea you have had in years.
Yeah, well, I didn't think you'd object too strenuously.
That talk about a job for me to do while I'm here was just a bluff.
Not a bit of it. Here, help me to sit down, will you?
Sure. Just take it easy now, old man.
Now, don't give me that, you...
All right. I got it. I got the crutch here. I'll set it right here. There we are.
Now, in the corner of the desk, that letter, you see it?
This one?
Yeah. Mailed only yesterday.
You call this a letter? On a piece of wrapping paper.
Read it, Johnny, if you can.
Well, I can try. Dear, W-E-R, dear Mr. P-U-R-E, Pure Man?
Never mind the spelling. He means poor man.
I hope so. You know, anybody who thought of you as being pure would be out of his mind, Earl.
Okay. So you made a funny.
No, I was absolutely serious.
Okay, just forget the bad spelling and translate the best you can.
All right. Dear Mr. Poor Man, if your company don't want to pay off my insurance real quick, come see me real quick. Account of my pal, B-L-E-A-K, Bleak,
Blake, Johnny Waldo Blake, his beneficiary.
Oh. On account of my pal Blake is away... What?
Gatorin.
Gatorin. And can't help me, so you better hurry. S.I.N. signed. Mr. Emmett?
Emmett Dennery, the client I mentioned over the phone.
Ooh, I'll say this for your Mr. Emmett Dennery. He is no mental giant.
Well, he is still a client.
How much of a policy, Earl?
$2,000 straight life.
$2,000?
That's a lot of money to some people.
Well, I know it is, but is it enough to justify my expenses all the way from Hartford?
Well, now you know the real reason why you're here.
Ah, you are a good man. Who is he, Earl? What's this letter mean?
Johnny, Mr. Emmett Dennery is a client I've never even seen. All I know about him is what Pete Fisher told me.
Fisher?
Yeah, he held down this office before I took over. He died 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh?
Well, anyway, Emmett Dennery and his pal, Waldo Blake, are a couple of old crackers, live down in the swamps, down the Everglades.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they scrape out a living trapping and killing animals and then selling the hides. Anyway, it looks like Emmett's pal is away somewhere, gatoring. That means after alligators.
I thought it was illegal to kill alligators in this state.
Well, sure it is. Anyhow, Emmett wants somebody to go to see him. Well, here you are, and we can justify your expense account to the company. And after you've paid your little visit to him, you and I can do some serious fishing. Okay?
Earl, it sounds to me as though he's pretty scared of something. This part here. If your company don't want to pay off my insurance real quick.
Only thing he needs to be scared of, Johnny, is a game warden. I'd bet on it.
I wonder. Do you know where he lives?
Well, here, I can show you on this map that Fisher had the foresight to pin on the policy. Here you are.
You call this a map?
Here. Sarasota.
I'd never know it.
And here's Fort Myers, so this has to be the main highway, the Tamiami Trail.
Mm-hmm.
And this, well, maybe it's only a wagon track right into the Everglades. And right here is where Emmett's supposed to live. Think you can find it?
Well, I can try.
Okay. Now, you take my car, drive me home, and then get on your way. And as soon as you get back here, if it's still daylight...
Earl.
Yeah?
If I remember right, this Everglades country can be pretty dangerous in spots for somebody who doesn't know his way around.
Oh, you make out all right. You did the time before, didn't you?
Oh, sure.
So, what do you got to worry about?
You tell me. Yes, on my previous expedition into the Everglades, I had made out all right. But that time, I'd had a guide, a young Indian boy by the name of Ben Osceola, which, by the way, brings up an interesting point. Nearly all the Indians who inhabit that section of swamp call themselves Osceola. It's a long, famous name among the members of the Seminole tribe. At any rate, if I could find him again, and according to the map Earl had given me, the chances were pretty good. So, after dropping Earl off at his home on Oyster Bay and staging an impromptu, passionate love scene with his wife, Mike, who is a living doll, and Earl on his crutch couldn't do a thing about it anyway except howl with pretended rage, I got behind the wheel and headed south on 41, the Tamiami Trail. At Fort Myers, I turned left on 82 into the Everglades and headed right into the middle of the big cypress swamp country. A few miles below Sunnyland, I found a pair of wagon tracks that the map had shown barely passable in the car I was driving. But this was all to my liking because I was in the same part of the swamp that I'd been in once before during the previous assignment. There in a clearing on the edge of a sort of a bayou was a little unpainted house. And from it a tall, husky young Indian emerged. In his hands, aimed straight at the car and at me, was a .30-30 rifle.
Wait a minute. Aren't you Ben? Ben Osceola?
You call me Ben?
Sure. Don't you remember me?
Mr. Johnny.
That's right. Johnny Dollar. Remember?
Yes. Our old friend. I welcome you, Mr. Johnny.
Well, thank you. It's nice to see you again, Ben. And I wonder if you can help me again.
If I can, Mr. Johnny, I will be glad to.
Ben, I'm looking for a man by the name of Emmett Dennery.
You, want to see that old man?
Yes. Does he still live around here somewhere?
So far as I know.
Well, good.
But he is not our friend.
Oh? You Indian people, been having some trouble with him?
No, but we have nothing to do with him.
Why is that, then?
Because he and the other, the one they call Lefty.
Will that be Waldo Blake?
Yes, Lefty Blake.
What about him?
They do not obey the law. They take much game they should not take. They live and hunt on our land, our Seminole land.
I see. Ben, have your people been getting rough with them?
No, Mr. Johnny. But we stay far away from them. We do not wish to soil our hands or minds by any contact with them. They are taboo.
What you're saying, then, is that if somebody is bothering Dennery, it is not your people.
That is right.
And you say that in spite of the way you seem to feel about him.
Yes, Mr. Johnny.
When did you last see him, Ben?
Many years ago, as a child. At least I think it was.
How do you mean?
They looked so much alike that few could tell them apart.
Oh? I see. Ben, if you still have an airboat that can ride out over this swamp, have you?
Back in my house.
Well, can I hire you to take me to where Emmett Dennery lives?
No, Mr. Johnny.
No?
I must not go there. It's taboo among my people.
I see. Well, look, just look here now, Ben. If this map means anything, it can't be too far from here.
And you can take my airboat yourself.
All right. And I'll pay you for it.
Well, that is not necessary.
Oh, it is as far as I'm concerned. Here you are. Would 20 be enough?
Thank you. You will buy many shoes for my children.
Well, I'm glad, Ben. You can give me some directions. This map, I'm afraid, isn't too good.
Oh, yes. I am sorry I cannot go with you, Mr. Johnny.
Well?
It might be better if I could.
What do you mean by that, Ben?
From what I have heard about these men, you must be very careful.
Ever ride one of those airboats? It's a flat-bottomed aluminum hull about 12 feet long, and the bow is squared off instead of coming to a point. Two precarious little seats are propped up high in the middle of it, and at the back is a motor with an airplane propeller. They're safe, all right, but tricky, if you know what I mean. Anyhow, I climbed aboard and took off. And brother, I mean took off. It's quite a ride, believe me. That half planing, half skipping over the shallow water. Perched up there on the spindly seat, I kept waiting for it to flip as I tore on out across the bayou, then wove my way through a network of narrow little rivers, over spots that in some places were nothing more than wet swamp grass. No wonder an ordinary underwater propeller couldn't be used. The darn thing would be hung up in the weeds and grass in no time. Every now and then I had to swerve quickly to avoid a half-submerged log. Or was it a huge alligator? There were more rattlesnakes and cottonmouth moccasins out there than I'd ever seen before. All sorts of animal life, and thousands of birds that rose in alarm as I fairly plowed through them. Finally, I came to a couple of acres of high ground, of brush and trees that stuck out like an island there in the middle of a swamp. At one end of it was a decrepit old clapboard shack, surrounded by row after row of drying frames with skins on them, mostly the hides of raccoons and alligators, curing in the sun. There was no one around. At least there was no one inside. As I beached the airboat as close to it as possible, jumped off, and headed for the old cabin, I wondered if Emmett Dennery, like his pal Lefty Blake, was somewhere out in that swamp, gatoring, collecting game. The reason Dennery had given in his letter for being alone, for needing help.
I didn't have to wonder for long. Mr. Dennery? Mr. Dennery? Anybody here? Hello? Well, let's see now. Oh, good. Seems to be open. A dank, fetid odor met me as I pushed open the rickety door into the dark, windowless, one-room shack. It was almost nauseating. And after the bright sunshine outdoors, it took my eyes nearly a minute to see anything in that dark, gloomy interior. There was no covering on the floor except the dirt, of which there was plenty. For a table and chairs, there was nothing but old crates and boxes clumsily nailed together. On one side, near the door, was a beat-up old wood stove with half a dozen filthy pots and pans at one end of it and a stack of dishes, long unwashed. As I half stumbled over an old rusty bread box lying on the floor, a huge rat scurried out of it and ran out the door. I wondered what sort of slovenly so-called humans could possibly live in such miserable, reeking squalor. Then I noticed the ragged draperies hanging across the far end as a sort of divider for the room. I felt that even to touch them would be to contaminate myself, but nonetheless I pulled them aside. There, on a rude cot, dressed in tattered jeans, a dirty shirt, and a pair of high-top lace boots, lay the body of a man. I'm no expert at such things, but even a cursory examination told me that he'd been dead for several days. There was a torn, grimy coverlet on the floor, and I started to pick it up to lay it gently over him.
Don't you move now, mister.
What?
Unless you want me to blow your head off. Whether you move or not, I think I'm doing it anyhow.
Hi, sports fans. This is Pat Summerall, glad to be back with the Frost on the Pumpkin and other signs of the football season. Monday through Saturday nights on this CBS radio network station. Let's join forces for a sports time rundown on the grid scene and the other major sports. Don't forget now, every night but Sunday, this is your address for sports time, presenting all the latest in the world of sports. The name of the game, again, Sports Time, right here. When I heard the voice in back of me coming from the doorway of the old cabin, I half turned, reaching for my gun, but I found myself staring into the barrel of an ancient high-powered rifle with the hammer of it pulled into firing position. And in back of that gun, one of the most disreputable-looking characters I've ever seen. He was about 60, I'd say, maybe 5 feet 3 or 4, a wrinkled, weather-beaten face, scraggly, dirty gray beard. He was dressed in khaki pants and shirt so badly worn it was a wonder they held together on his wiry little frame, and in his eyes, peering out from under the remains of an old army hat, under long, bushy eyebrows, reminded me of the eyes of a snake. And there was a hint of madness in them.
You got a gun. I seen you reach for it. You just turn around now and keep your hands up real high.
Sure. Why not?
I take it now, that gun of yours. Like this.
Well?
Mm-hmm. Hey, is this a pretty one?
I'm glad you like it.
Now, you sit down right there on the floor.
Beside this?
Yes, sir, beside him. Kind of you the one that killed him, ain't you?
No, that's where you're wrong, old-timer.
Sit down. You see this gun? Sit down.
I guess I have no choice, have I?
You got no choice.
Okay. On it.
With both your hands, you keep them flat on the floor now. Go on.
You're holding the gun.
I know. Stay out in the swamp too long. All week I stay out in that swamp. I come back here to find my pal. Find you killed him. You killed Emmett Dinner.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, so now...
No,
now
I said wait a minute.
I kill
now,
you.
You take a good look at that body, and you'll see that he's been dead for days. 4 or 5 days at the least.
You say that. Now, shut up.
So this is Emmett Dennery,
Yes, sir, my pal.
You're Waldo Blake?
I'm Waldo Blake.
Well, then you're his beneficiary.
I be his what?
You mean to tell me you didn't know Emmett carried a lot of insurance?
He never tell me that.
All right, then you listen to me.
Well, sure, I listen. But, don't you move from here now.
Look, I'm from the insurance company. Emmett Dennery's life was insured for $2,000. And if you're Lefty Blake, that money goes to you.
Wee, $2,000?
$2,000.
But, I know you're really from the insurance.
Would you like to see the money?
Uh-huh.
All right, then, here.
Now, you be careful now.
All right. All right.
I still got this gun right on you.
All right, here now. You just look through this wallet and see for yourself.
You just drop it gentle on the floor.
All right. Now, go ahead. Count the money.
Sir, yes, sir. Only look. You ain't got no 2,000 here. You ain't got...
You ain't got no gun no more.
Let go me now.
Now, stay there. Right there in the corner, you crazy old coot, and don't move.
Now, you listen.
Now, you listen to me, and for your sake, I hope a coroner's examination doesn't show this man was murdered.
Murder?
Yes, because you'd be the only suspect.
No, I never killed him. I didn't. I didn't.
Well, frankly, I don't think you did either. It was probably a natural death.
Well, yes, it really was. It really was.
You're sure of that?
Well, what I mean is...
Yes, you're sure, all right. That's what gave you the big idea, isn't it? You just couldn't miss a chance at that $2,000 insurance that you've been paying on all these years.
Me?
Yes, you. I knew there was something wrong the minute I saw this body because of that letter to the insurance office. Because it was only mailed yesterday, wasn't it?
Well, how should I know?
Stop bluffing now. It's a little late for that. That letter signed Emmett Dennery asking somebody to come out here was mailed only yesterday. But you know as well as I do, this man has been dead for 2-3 times that long. In other words, you wrote that letter in the hope we'd come out here and pay you off on the so-called death of Emmett.
Now.
Sure, with the two of you living out here alone, cut off from the rest of the world, nobody really ever sees you. You figured nobody'd know it was really Lefty Blake who had died.
You can't prove it's Waldo?
Can't I? Well, let's see now. For a starter, let's take the laces on his high-top boots.
Huh?
The way they're tied, the direction of the knot. You ever see a right-handed man who tied a left-handed bow knot like this one? Let's see what else we can find.
No, that's enough. Don't you see? After all the years of me paying out on that insurance, having Waldo die first, nobody else to leave it to.
You could have cashed in that policy legitimately and probably have got back most of what you put into it. But now, after the switch you've tried...
Oh, me. What'll they do to me now?
For attempted fraud? Plenty. But that's up to the company.
Oh, Lordy, what will they do to me?
You better come along with me and find out. Emmett Dennery. So there you are, Earl. Like I said to the old rascal, it's up to the company now. As for the total on my expense account, let's wait until I can sort up the cost of all the fishing we're going to do. Okay? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Before I do that, I'd like to extend a word of welcome to a new radio station joining the CBS radio network today. It's WNEB Worcester, Mass., an important new link in our coast-to-coast family of CBS radio network stations. For WNEB listeners starting with this broadcast, a Sunday workout with us, and throughout the week, the listening only the CBS radio network has to offer. Welcome, WNEB Worcester. Next week, a fishing guide who turns out to be a guide to murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced by Bruno Zerato Jr., directed by Edward Oates, music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Martin Blaine as Earl Poorman,
Bill Lipton as Ben, Jim Bowles as the man. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. History from where it breaks, nightly in The World Tonight on the CBS Radio Network.
This is WROW Music, Albany, New York.
Do you know a new family just moving to your neighborhood? Welcome Wagon would love to welcome them. Welcome Wagon helps all new neighbors to feel welcome and wanted here in the Capital District. Each gracious Welcome Wagon hostess brings baskets of gifts from Tri-City merchants. She brings greetings from the community to these newcomers, answers questions everyone wants to know about the Tri-Cities. You can make sure your new neighbors benefit from Welcome Wagon service. Just call State 59640 and give the Welcome Wagon hostess the name and address of your new neighbors. She'll call on them and present them with a basket of gifts from civic-minded businessmen. You'll be helping your neighbor and your Welcome Wagon hostess who carries on this valuable community service. In the Albany, Troy, Schenectady metropolitan area, call State 59640. That's State 59640 for Welcome Wagon.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here.
Oh, hi, George. How are things at Floyd's of England?
Very good, as a matter of fact. Very good.
Well, now, it can't all be good, or you wouldn't be calling me.
Well, to tell the truth, I do have a small problem.
Figures.
No, figure is the word, singular.
Huh?
A small figure, a statuette belonging to Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin down in New York.
Ballin?
Yes, terribly wealthy, but a real eccentric.
So what's happened?
The little statue I mentioned, it's gone, disappeared.
Oh? What's it worth?
Insured value is $26.50.
Wow.
$26.50.
Huh? $26.50 wouldn't even cover my expense account.
Well, it just happens that she carries hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of personal property insurance with us. But for some reason or other, she attaches particular value to this statuette.
Oh, I get it. You're afraid that if we don't go through the motions of trying to find it, she might take her insurance elsewhere.
Precisely.
Real important to you, huh?
Very.
Then I take it I won't have to be chintzy with the old expense account.
Well, now, Johnny...
Okay, George, I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the doting dowager matter. Expense account item 1, $7.90, taxi, train fare, and incidentals, Hartford to New York. Item 2, $1 even for a cab from Grand Central Station to the address of Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin over on East 73rd Street. It turned out to be one of New York's famous old brownstone houses, well preserved and reeking of an era long gone by. A uniformed butler ushered me into a large, high-ceilinged drawing room, and I could hardly believe my eyes. Ornate pre-Victorian furnishings, heavy red velvet draperies, huge lamps and crystal chandeliers, oil paintings all over the place, and gilded mirrors. Pretty fabulous.
If you will be kind enough to wait here, Mr. Dollar, I shall tell Mrs. Ballin that you have arrived.
Thank you.
I know that she'll want to see you. Oh, excuse me, Master Harold.
It's all right, Higgins. Has the mail come?
Would you like me to check, sir?
Yes, good idea. You know how Aunt Dora likes to see it the minute it gets here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the mail. The dear old common everyday page. You're here to see Mrs. Ballin?
That's right. I'm Johnny Dollar.
I'm Hal Winters, her nephew.
Hi. Say, tell me something.
Yes?
About this little statue that's missing.
You mean that little chunk of pot metal that's disappeared?
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yes, just a piece of junk. But a couple of months ago, Aunt Dora decided it looked like her grandfather when he was a general back in the Civil War.
Oh? Why does she value it so highly?
I expect the general was the only Ballon who had guts enough to do anything on his own.
What do you mean?
I mean, instead of just living off the family shipping fortune. So when she suddenly decided the statue looked like the general, Johnny Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
The insurance investigator?
Yes.
Well, now, why should she bother you with it?
I don't know.
Truly, Mr. Dollar, it's not worth it. If I were you, I'd forget it. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'd better see if the morning mail has arrived.
Hal, just when did the statue disappear and from where?
Tana discovered it missing from the reception room yesterday morning. Now, if you'll pardon me...
Was the house broken into?
Possibly. But there was no sign of it.
How about guests?
No, we haven't had guests for a week or more.
How many servants are there?
Mr. Dollar, perhaps there's something I'd better tell you about that statue.
The statue of the general? I tell you, Mr. Dollar. You are Mr. Dollar, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you that if you don't find out who stole it and get it back, I'll cancel every bit of my insurance. Sit down.
Thank you.
Harold, my dear, ring for Higgins and have him see if the morning mail has come.
I was about to go out and look for it myself, Tana.
Let Higgins do it.
It's quite all right. I don't mind.
I said let Higgins do it.
Well, all right. But if you'll excuse me now.
Oh? Why?
Why, I'd like to go up to my room for a moment.
To call up that girlfriend of yours again? Sit down.
Yes, Tana.
You and that girl, that Nancy Gavin. She'd like to take you away from me, wouldn't she?
Aunt Dora.
Where would you go? What would you live on? And what would I do?
Darling, I hardly think this is the proper
Much as
time.
I like Nancy Gavin, I see no reason why I should let her take you away from me. Do you?
Mrs. Ballon, about the statue.
Yes, of course. Mr. Dollar, you are to leave no stone unturned.
Wow, now tell me...
I beg your pardon, Mum.
Oh, Higgins, why do you sneak in on us this way? Well, what is it?
The mail just arrived, and knowing you'd want to see it...
Give it to Harold.
Yes, here, I'll take care of it. Well?
What letter?
No postmark.
But?
And it's so badly scrawled in pencil.
Well, don't bother Aunt Dora with it now.
But it's marked personal, sir.
Well, then let me have it.
Yes, ma'am.
Tanta.
You may go now, Higgins.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, Tanta, suppose you let me see what it's all about.
Be quiet, Harold. Now, Mr. Dollar.
Well, first of all, I'd like you to tell me... Oh, what's the matter, Mrs. Ballon?
Oh.
Aunt Dora, what is it?
This letter.
Yes?
It's a ransom note.
Ransom?
For the return of the statuette. The general. They want $75,000.
What?
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
This letter, Mr. Dollar.
Maybe you'd better let me see it, Mrs. Ballon.
It's a ransom note demanding $75,000 for the return of my statuette of the general.
$75,000?
Yes, Harold.
Oh, they can't be serious.
For that little piece of pot metal?
Sure, they must be out of their minds.
I beg your pardon.
What?
That statue means everything to me. It happens to be a memento of my grandfather, the famous General Horace Harkness Ballon. At least it looks like him.
But good heavens, Aunt Dora, $75,000.
Oh? Do you object because it will mean that much less for you when I die, Harold?
Of course not. I wasn't even thinking of such a thing.
Well, don't. At your age, with your lack of experience and getting along on your own, money like that would only do you harm.
Would it?
Yes. You'd probably leave me, strike out on your own, perhaps even marry, and heaven only knows what would happen.
Mrs. Ballon, are you really serious about paying this ransom?
I have the money. I have it right here in the safe. And if it will bring back the general...
Look, why don't you let me see what I can do about it first?
And have it destroyed?
Destroyed?
Well, here, read the letter.
It was the usual sort of thing, poorly written on cheap paper and scribbled in pencil. And it simply said that the money in unmarked bills was to be turned over to her nephew, Harold. That instructions for its delivery would be given to him later, secretly. That if he then divulged the place and manner in which he was to make the payment, his life would be in danger.
Don't you see, Mr. Dollar? If we don't do as they say, they might kill him.
It further said that if the police were brought in, the statue would be destroyed.
I have no choice, Mr. Dollar. I'll pay the ransom.
Tonto.
Harold, you will take it to them, whoever they are, when you receive their instructions.
They've threatened me.
Only if we don't obey instructions.
All right, now look, Mrs. Ballon.
Yes, Tonto. Listen to Mr. Dollar.
I have told you I must have the general back at any cost. Very well. No one is to leave this house, except Harold, of course, when he is told to by the kidnapper.
Mrs. Ballon, I won't let you do this.
You what?
It's utter nonsense for you to consider paying out that kind of money for a cheap little
Cheap?
piece of junk that can't possibly be worth anything to whoever took it, except perhaps for its effect on you.
I told you, young man, it's the one priceless memento I have of the great General Ballon.
Yeah, you told me.
Very well. You are here on my orders, are you not?
Well, yes.
All right. Then you will remain subject to my orders. Very well now.
Hi, everybody.
Nancy.
Well, what's everybody looking so glum about? Hi, sweetie.
Nancy.
Hello, Mrs. Ballon.
Miss Gavin? Mr. Dollar, this is Nancy Gavin, a friend of Harold.
Johnny Dollar?
Hi.
Hey, I know about you.
Nancy, dear.
You come to find that whatchamacallit that Mrs. Ballon lost?
It was stolen.
Okay, stolen.
And the kidnappers are demanding $75,000 ransom.
That's easy. Pay it.
I shall. And Nancy, you are to stay right here in this house until this whole thing is over with.
Auntie, I don't mind that a bit. Do we, Hal?
Forward, wench.
Seriously, Auntie, when are you going to let Hal marry me? Get out on his own.
And leave me? Do you think for 1 minute that my precious Harold would do that?
Why don't you answer that, Hal?
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballon? I'm beginning to think you're wrong.
You came here to find the statue that was stolen from me.
That's right. And maybe I'm on the track of it now. So how about it, Hal? Would you leave your aunt if you could? It was a wild guess, but the more I thought about it, the more I decided that Harold Winter's answer might solve this case for me. Yeah, and that Mrs. Ballon would be pretty shocked when I put my finger on the thief, the writer of that ransom note. But you know something? I was dead wrong.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the doting Dowager matter.
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballon? I'm beginning to think you're wrong. So answer the question, Hal. Would you leave your aunt if you could?
Yes. Yes, I would.
What?
You bet he would, Aunt Dora. You know he would. If you just break down and admit he's no longer a child to be tied to your apron string.
Nancy.
Give him a break and enough money to get by for a week or two, and he'll show you. Don't you want him to amount to anything?
Of course I do.
Well, he can't as long as you keep him tied up to you this way.
But he needs me.
Does he? Maybe he needs somebody like me. Somebody who loves him and will help him get somewhere. Help him to accomplish the things he can accomplish.
You do love him, don't you?
You bet I do.
But so do I. And he loves me.
He'd love you a lot more if he weren't so tied down to you.
Harold?
It's true, Aunt Dora.
I never knew you even thought about leaving me. About going out on your own, as you put it.
Because you never gave me a chance. Because you never thought of anyone but yourself. I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar.
What?
I mean that you've had to become involved in a family fight.
Well, I'm not. Because now I think I know where to look for that statuette.
Oh? Well, I wish you luck. Come, Nancy, I want to talk to you.
Sure, honey, I want to talk to you, too.
Now, wait just a minute.
No, Mr. Dollar, let them go.
Yeah,
because I want to talk to you.
Now, look, isn't it pretty obvious? I knew that something was wrong when I first got here. Hal hadn't known you were going to call me in. So that when he saw me here... You didn't?
No. It was my kind, thoughtful butler Higgins who called your insurance company. And he shouldn't have.
The fact remains that when Hal saw me here, he tried to stop that ransom note he'd planted in your mail.
Oh, now, wait,
Now,
please.
about that ransom note. It was badly written, much too badly written, by someone who was trying to hide his identity. I'll wager that paper it was scribbled on came from right here in this house.
Probably.
And I'll bet that if I accuse him of it, Hal will break down and admit that he wrote it.
Wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
I devoted many years to the care and upbringing of my nephew.
I realize that.
In the hope that he would someday go out on his own, accomplish something himself.
Well, now listen.
I know. Perhaps over the years I made him too dependent on
I'd say
me.
yes to that.
But that's because I am as I am and I can't change. But I kept hoping that he would change. That somehow, sometime, he would make just one desperate move to break away from me. But it would have to be of his own doing.
So?
For years, people have called me eccentric, and I've enjoyed the reputation. So I made a fuss over that cheap little statuette that I picked up in Coney Island one time as a child.
Huh?
Of course. That was the only sentimental value it had.
But according to Harold...
Oh, now, should I have picked one of the valuable artworks, paintings, or sculptures that I really care about, in my selfish way, for this little experiment?
So you gave the worthless statuette the big build-up?
Yes, and he fell for it. He believed that if it was stolen, I'd give almost anything to get it back. And then finally, he got up enough nerve to do something about it.
Now, just a minute. What you're telling me is that you're tickled pink that you've made a thief out of him.
I'm tickled pink that he's finally shown some guts and gumption. And you can't call him a thief over that piece of junk.
But it has a price of $75,000 on it. That's what he'll be stealing if you give him that money and let him walk out of here with it.
Oh, no, he won't.
What else can you call it?
I like to be eccentric, remember?
Oh, Mrs. Ballin.
So the note I'll enclose with it, you know, when he tells me he's received instructions about where and how it's to be delivered.
What note?
In it I'll say, Dear Harold, the best of luck to you and Nancy. I hope you'll be tremendously happy. And I hope that now and then you'll drop in on your loving and now somewhat lonesome Aunt Dora.
I see.
Oh, and I think I'll enclose a few extra thousand, just in case. And as a kind of extra wedding present.
Extra wedding present?
Of course. The statuette. I certainly don't want them to bring that atrocity back here.
Oh, no, well, don't...
Wait. Yes, dear?
I just wondered if Mr. Dollar has decided how he wants to proceed with his investigation.
Well, Mr. Dollar?
Hal, after getting what information I could from your aunt, what little information I could...
Yes?
Hal, I've decided to give up the case.
Yes, Harold. You may as well show Mr. Dollar to the door.
Whatever you say, Tonto.
Yeah. Goodbye, Mrs. Ballin. Oh, and maybe you'd better phone the insurance company about the extra fee I'm to get on this case.
Oh, I did. Right after Higgins told me he'd called them.
But if he's giving up the case, dear...
Show him to the door, Harold.
Yes. This way, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. Thanks. Now, you listen, Hal.
I can tell by your look that you've learned something, Mr. Dollar.
I have.
Perhaps even more than I know. So, look here.
Huh?
Do you think this will do for the sequel to the ransom note?
What?
You know, the instructions about where I'm to take the money.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You mean to say... You mean you knew...
Are you kidding? That's why I tried to discourage you in the beginning.
But will somebody please tell me why?
Tata, just being herself. You don't think for a minute she'd have just handed me the money, would have admitted she wants Nancy and me to get hitched. Don't you see? That would spoil her reputation for being an eccentric. Oh, and if you like, I'll send you the statuette when this is all over, as a souvenir.
Well, I'll be... Believe me, I've handled some pretty wacky cases over the years. But this was by long odds the wackiest. And yet, why complain when it's a good living? Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, and fare back to Hartford. What? $17.80. Tommy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, if you've ever read the personal columns of your newspaper, you'll surely want to hear it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Eleanor Audley, G. Stanley Jones, Eric Snowden, and Sam Edwards. Be sure to join us next week.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Peter Hardy at Tri-Western Property and Casualty Insurance.
Hi, how are things at the Golden West? You still in Reno?
Sure am.
Good boy. What goes, Pete?
A little trouble with a big dairy farm out here, Johnny. Armenian dairies.
Okay, Pete, tell me all.
A year and a half ago in a fire, Armenian lost one of his silos. You know, one of those big towers where they store and cure a lot of chopped up corn and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Cost us $21,000.
$21,000 for a silo?
This time it's a compound silo, and the claim is for $56,000.
Oh.
But I don't want to pay it.
I don't blame you.
Sure, because, Johnny, I think it was arson.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Reno, Nevada office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the doubtful dairy matter. Expense account item 1, $141.20. Transportation and incidentals, Hartford to Reno, Nevada. It was about 9 a.m. when I arrived, so I checked into the Mapes Hotel, then walked over to Pete Hardy's office.
Armenian Dairies is just north of here, Johnny, in Warm Springs Valley off Route 33.
Well, then I'd better rent me a car.
Or you can use mine.
Now, Pete. How can I run up my expense account unless I have something to run it up with?
Johnny, for once... Anyhow, the reason why these silos Armenian has are so expensive...
Is that the owner's name, by the way?
Yes, Aram Armenian.
And I take it he's Armenian?
Strangely enough, no. Now, he's had all his silos very specially built.
Oh, how specially can you build a silo? Just a concrete base, a lot of long wooden staves to get the circular shape, and a good roof on top.
Well, he has some trick with them inside.
Like what?
That's his deep, dark secret. But he claims it makes better silage for his cattle than is possible anywhere else in the world.
And one of these things burned up a year and a half ago.
The word exploded best describes it. Yeah. And as I said, cost us $21,000.
And now the replacement has gone up in flames.
Yes, day before yesterday. He filed the claim the same day.
Well, why do you suspect arson? Did the local authorities find anything suspicious?
No, but you go out and talk with Armenian, Johnny. And if you don't end up with the same kind of feeling I have, well, I'll leave my shirt.
Expense account item 2, $50, deposit on a drive-your-own car. Finding the Armenian dairy and ranch some 20 miles north of the city was easy. It was spread out all over the countryside. Hundreds of acres of well-irrigated, lush green pastures. Square in the middle of the ranch sat one of the cleanest, most modern dairies I ever saw. Aram Aminian gave me the grand tour, and I must say I was impressed. There was close to 200 well-kept Guernseys in the main barn, which was clean as a whistle. The milking machines, coolers, separators, clarifiers, and so on were the same. Yep, a prosperous-looking setup. Finally, Mr. Aminian took me out to where a small group of workmen were cleaning up what was left of his compound silo.
As you can see, Mr. Dollar, only the concrete base is left.
That must have been a pretty big silo, Mr. Aminian.
Yes, the largest and most efficient in the entire West.
Still, $56,000.
Oh, the size had nothing to do with that. It was the inner construction, known only to Barnwell, the man who built it for me, and to myself, of course.
Well, what was so special about it?
Principally a method of venting.
Venting?
Yes. It increases the phosphorus and lactic acid content.
Well, I thought the point in the silo was to keep it pretty well sealed up.
Venting within, Mr. Dollar. But that's all I'll tell you about it. It cost me $56,000 to have Barnwell build it. And I wish the company to pay my claim as quickly as possible, because I'm starting construction on a new one immediately.
Of the same type?
Oh, a vastly improved type.
Oh, then it was to your advantage to lose the old one.
Just what do you mean by that?
Your loss came at just the right time, didn't it?
Now, just a minute, Dollar.
With the insurance money, you can build a new and better one. And when it gets out of date, I suppose you'll have another fire.
Oh, I see. You think perhaps these last two were deliberately set?
Were they?
Ridiculous.
Is it?
But if they were...
Yeah?
If they were, I certainly wouldn't know it.
Oh, come on now. After what you've just said.
And what's more, Mr. Dollar, I'm sure you'll never be able to prove it.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
We sometimes wonder, what is the life of a human being really worth? Not too much? Or maybe a great deal? Does it depend on whose life it is? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. Fred Hargesheimer, since World War II, has felt that his life is worth quite a lot of gratitude. During the war in the Pacific, about June of 1943, Lieutenant Hargesheimer had his P-38 fighter plane shot out of the sky. Badly wounded, he bailed out over a tiny island, New Britain. It looked pretty small from where he hit the silk, but he found it much bigger when he hit the ground. It was bigger, and in complete control of the enemy. But Hargesheimer was lucky. After a month of lonely hiding, he was found by a group of friendly natives from the village of Nantambu. They cared for him and successfully hid him from enemy patrols for the next 4 months at the risk of their own lives. Then Hargesheimer was able to make it back to civilization. For the next 17 years, Fred Hargesheimer thought about those wonderful people of Nantambu. 12,000 miles away in the United States of America, Hargesheimer put a great plan into effect. He made speeches, took up collections, sold jewelry belonging to his family, and worked out a way to bring a bit of civilization and happiness to the little village of Nantambu. Needless to say, the villagers gave him a spectacular welcome upon his return. Fred Hargesheimer showed his gratitude to the people who had saved his life. But life is worth little without freedom, the right of all men, everywhere.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the doubtful dairy matter.
Why, what he said and the way he said it. Aram Aminian was practically challenging me to find out how arson was involved in the destruction of his $56,000 secretly constructed compound silo. Expense account item 3 phone call from a gas station on Highway 33 to Reno Police Headquarters. But Lieutenant Brady of the arson squad assured me he'd failed to find anything indicating the fire was set. So dead end. Until I remembered a little trick that had worked for me before and might work again. Item 4, 27 cents for a loaf of white bread at a grocery store along the highway. Then I drove back to the Aminian Ranch.
If I'd known you were hungry, Mr. Dollar, I should have had something provided for you at the ranch house, in spite of your rather nasty attitude about this loss of mine.
Food is the last thing I'm thinking of, Mr. Aminian.
Well, then why this loaf of bread, if you're not... Whoop!
Now, let's see.
Oh, now, surely you're not going to eat the piece that dropped in the ashes.
No. For now.
Well, then get it out of your mouth, man.
Well,
Whatever in the world are you doing, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, I knew it.
You knew what?
A sure test for kerosene, Mr. Armenian.
What?
Yeah, fresh bread dropped in the ashes of a fire even days after the fire is out.
I don't understand.
I can still taste the kerosene. And, mister, it makes things look pretty bad for you.
Me? Oh, good heavens, man, you can't... Dollar, I resent this completely unfounded accusation.
Go right ahead and resent. Or better still, let me get hold of a stenographer and you can dictate a confession.
Get out of here.
Want to do it the hard way, huh?
Get off this ranch, Dollar. Now leave. Immediately.
Sure.
I warn you, don't come back. Because if you do...
Better be careful, Mr. Armenian. The kind of a threat you're about to make wouldn't sound very good in court.
Get out. Get out.
Out on the highway, I stopped at the mobile gas station again and made another phone call. Item 5, another 20 cents. It was to my old friend Herb Carlbert, cashier of Reno's Farm Trade National Bank. It was past closing time, but he promised to leave a door open for me. So I grabbed a sandwich and a Coke along the way. That's item 6, 80 cents, including tip. Then at the bank, Herb led me back to his private office.
Oh, sit down, Johnny. Tell me all about yourself.
Yeah, later, Herb. We'll go out on the town and talk our heads off. Right now, I need some information. I hope you can tell me where to get it.
Oh? Information about what?
The Armenian Dairy. Or better still, Armenian himself. You know him?
Oh, I certainly do. We're his bank. His happens to be one of the best accounts we have, especially in our investment department.
You mean it's big?
Funny big.
Like how much?
Well, now, Johnny, I'll tell you this. If I had a quarter of his net worth, I'd have retired long ago.
No big outstanding debts on his place? Anything like that?
Not a penny. Aram's financial condition is as... Now, wait a minute.
Yeah?
That fire and explosion of his compound silo?
Yeah, that's right. Herb, I've found evidence indicating arson.
Well, certainly aren't accusing him.
Who else?
Oh, no, you're wrong.
Oh, now look, Herb, he filed that claim so fast.
It's the most natural thing in the world for him. It's the way he does everything, like paying his bills immediately on receipt. He works that way. You expect everybody else to.
Well, he gave me the impression he wanted to collect quickly in order to have money for rebuilding.
Of course. Rather than cash in some of his blue chip investments.
Herb, somebody fired that silo.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be Aram.
You sound like you're in cahoots with him. What about his employees? From my impression of the man,
They love him like a father. Every one of them. And if every employer was as generous as he is, there wouldn't be any labor troubles in this country.
Well, the fact remains that somebody somehow stood to profit by destroying that silo, and the one before it.
Well, I can't imagine who. Even his competitors like and respect the man.
Or so they say.
No, they do. He's helped them stay on their feet during hard times, developed new ideas and methods, then passed them on to them.
Oh, the fact remains...
Look, Johnny, I've had a rough day. How about a nice, cool, casual drink? Then we'll have dinner and take in the town.
Item 7, 2130, for drinks and a good dinner back at the Mapes. But I didn't enjoy either. Because Herb in his defense of Armenian was no help at all. Except perhaps for giving me a list of all the people he could think of who did business with him. I decided to check them all first thing in the morning. Finally, about midnight, having lost our share at a couple of nearby gambling clubs, we parted. Herb drove away to his home on the outskirts of town. I went back to the Mapes.
Take Mr. and Mrs. Kenworthy to room 314, boy. Yes, sir. What's your... Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Just my key, please.
Certainly, sir. Here you are, sir. And I hope you enjoy a pleasant night's rest.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, there was a gentleman here looking for you early this evening. Hung around quite a while. Said he'd be back.
Well, who was he?
He didn't give his name, sir, nor did he wish to leave a message.
Mr. Armenian?
Mr. Armenian the dairyman? Oh, no, sir. I'm quite sure.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Good night, sir. Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
There he is. There.
Huh?
Going out the door, the dark brown coat.
You're sure?
Yes, sir. The same man. I wonder.
Yeah, so do I.
But if he knows you, sir, and saw you, sir...
By the time I got out the front door, the man in the brown coat was halfway down the block and walking fast. Faster and faster, as a matter of fact, as I gained on him. He turned the corner, and by this time, both of us were running. Hey! Hey! Were you looking for me? By the end of 3 or 4 blocks, it was a real foot race. Then suddenly he turned into an alley, and like a darn fool, I plunged into the darkness of it after him. Hey! Hey!
Right here.
Oh, no, you...
3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. New Hampshire state flag carries its state seal on a field of dark blue. The seal is surrounded by a wreath of laurel leaves, the symbol of peace, interspersed with 9 stars because New Hampshire was the 9th state to join the Union. The heart of the state seal is a representation of the frigate Raleigh, recalling the glory of the early days of sail. New Hampshire state flag, the flag of the 9th state to enter the Union, was adopted on April 29, 1931.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Doubtful Dairy Matters.
If it hadn't been for a big interstate moving van that drove into the alley where I'd been waylaid, well, I have a strong hunch I wasn't supposed to have lived through that beating. The truck driver, who absolutely refused a tip, incidentally, half walked, half carried me back to the Mapes. And the desk clerk had a doctor in my room within a few minutes.
A terrible thing, Mr. Dollar. You're being attacked like this. And, of course, I'll have to make a report of it to the police.
Oh, do anything you like, Doctor. Just get me patched up, will you?
And you, easy now. You have no idea who could have done this to you.
Believe me, I intend to find out.
Judging by this swollen hand of yours, you got in some good licks, though, and whoever...
What's the matter?
Well, this is a very unusual ring you're wearing.
Oh, some kids in the YMCA gave it to me a couple of years ago. I helped them with the softball team.
Oh, yes, of course. That's the Y insignia.
Yeah, one of them made it.
And the 3 raised points stand for spirit, body, and mind.
Yeah, that's right. Well, now, if you just... Oh, wait, what's that for?
To make sure you get plenty of rest.
Oh, no,
now,
wait, Doc.
I'm the doctor. Roll up your sleeve, please. Here, I'll do it.
Look, if this shot leaves me groggy in the morning...
You'll wake up feeling fine. There you are. Incidentally, that ring...
Listen, before you notify the police... Ooh, hey, this shot works pretty fast.
Yep. As I started to say,
Doc.
If that ring of yours didn't leave a mark on whomever you defended yourself against out there in the alley, I'll be very much surprised.
In a few seconds, I was out like a light. But then a whole set of weird dreams began to plague my somewhat battered mind. And questions about who had attacked me and why. Only the why was only too obvious to keep me from finding an arsonist who... Yeah, who probably bore the mark of my ring on his kisser. I thought of the names Herb had given me and his insistence that none of them could be guilty. Wait a minute. There was one name he hadn't mentioned, but Armenian had. Of one man who stood to gain a lot by the destruction of the silos. Or maybe it was just a crazy hunch, part of the wild dreams that came from the beating I'd taken. In any event... In the morning, as soon as the bank was open, I was in Herb Carlbert's office again.
Well, yes, he has an account here, too, Johnny. At least he did before.
How about loans? Has this man we're talking about taken out any loans?
Well, yes, but, Johnny, you know I can't...
Yeah, I know. The fact remains he's pretty hard up for dough, isn't he?
Well, I didn't say that. Although, of course, if that's the conclusion you choose to draw...
Tell me this. He owes the bank money now, doesn't he?
Yes.
All right. Did he also owe the bank a lot of money about a year and a half ago?
Johnny.
Yeah. Well?
Johnny, you're right, but who would have suspected? And when you consider that Aram Armenian is the one man who has given him money for all the work he's... I can't believe it.
Herb, it started out as a pure hunch, but right now I'd bet my... Where can I find him?
Well, if Aram plans to go ahead with new construction, he's probably over...
Sure, out there at the dairy. You want to come along?
Well, maybe I'd better after the way Aram threatened you.
I guess I owe him an apology for the way I tore into him. Let's go.
Johnny.
Yeah?
What if we're wrong? What if this man we think is the arsonist...
Will you agree that the firebug is the same man who attacked me in the alley?
Well, I suppose so.
Then we'll soon know. Because believe me, he's a marked man. We made the Armenian dairy in 30 minutes flat, and we're told at the gate that Aram Armenian was in the pasteurizing plant.
Maybe you better let me talk to Aram first, Johnny.
It's not Aram that I'm interested in, Herb, and you know it. Oh, just a minute.
Huh? What's the matter?
Hold it a second, will you, while I tie my shoelace?
Yeah, sure. I've been thinking, Johnny, on the way out. You know, we could really be terribly, terribly wrong.
Herbert, old man.
Aram, we're just looking for you.
Well, when I heard the car pull up, I thought it was Joe Barnwell. He's due here to show me final plans for the new silo he's going to. Well, Mr. Dollar.
That's right, Mr. Armenian. I want to apologize for
Well, what's the matter?
that dressing on your cheek.
What about it?
Just what is that little bandage hiding?
Johnny.
Well, Armenian?
As a matter of fact, I cut myself shaving this morning.
Well, I'm sorry, mister, but that bandage is going to have to come off.
Look, Johnny. Now, just a minute, Dollar.
Ah, here you are, Aram. Here's the final blueprint for it.
Why, what's wrong, Joe? Oh, gentlemen, this is Mr. Joseph Barnwell, Herb Carlbert.
We know each other.
And Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah. I think we know each other, too, Barnwell.
Oh, do we? Joe, did you have an accident of some sort? Your face.
What's going to happen to him now won't be any accident, Mr. Armenian. And I apologize for doubting that you cut yourself with a razor.
What? I'm afraid I don't understand.
But that bandage on your face doesn't hide any razor cut, does it, Barnwell?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, then let's rip it off.
You certainly won't. What the... Good heavens, Johnny.
Yeah, look. The mark from the ring on my hand where I struck him last night. Okay, Barnwell.
Now stop. Don't touch me.
Start talking. Tell Armenian how you burned up his fancy, expensive silo so you could build another one. How you burned the other one up. Talk.
I swear I...
Talk. 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 Yeah, he talked all right, plenty. About a racket so old I hadn't heard of it in years. The crooked builder who burned out his own clients to get himself more work. And in this case, a natural, because he was the only one who shared Aram's secret construction plans. And by the time I was through with him, he blabbed about some of the other clients he'd taken the same way. Expense account total, including incidentals and the trip back to Hartford, $418 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star, Bob Bailey, will return in just a moment to give you a hint about what's in store for you on next week's program. Meantime, listen carefully.
There is a biblical verse which promises life is going to be better for everybody in the world when mercy and truth are met together and righteousness and peace have kissed each other. When the people of the United States of America express that thought, it is not in idleness, but in deeds. Today, it is common knowledge that when the gigantic earthquakes and tidal waves struck the Republic of Chile in South America not too long ago, thousands of lives were lost and tens of thousands were left homeless, hungry, and suffering. Immediate aid in the form of food, medicine, clothing, supplies, and professional and technical help were flown to Chile by the United States Air Force in a Mercy airlift. When the work was done and the suffering people made happier and more comfortable, American servicemen received such grateful thanks from the people of Chile that they felt increased pride in being able to wear the uniform of the United States of America. This same pride has come to other Americans in uniform when mercy and truth have come together to follow the wake of disaster in other parts of the world. After the earthquake in Agadir, Morocco, after 2 devastating cyclones swept across the Bay of Bengal into East Pakistan, after a typhoon rocked and battered Japan. As mercy and truth got together, so did peace and righteousness to form a pact for freedom, the right of all men everywhere.
And now, here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story on yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Next week, well, I get into cattle country again. And a Hereford steer solves the case for me. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Paul Duboff, Will Wright, John Daner, Harry Bartell, Parley Bear, and Forrest Lewis. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.